There's no squatting in the test. I mean, I would love it. I'm all for it. Hell yeah.
These are CrossFit athletes we're talking about.
We got one in here that's not even finished.
What am I doing at the event? Oh, yeah, competing in the empty lane in the females division.
This episode is brought to you by Whoop. Whoop is a 24/7 health and fitness wearable that tracks your daily activity and gives detailed breakdowns of your sleep, recovery, stress, and more to help provide you with personalized insights and feedback on your health. With 140 trackable daily habits, Whoop can help show the positives and negatives of your lifestyle. Try Whoop for 1 month free and start the journey towards a healthier you. Head to join.whoop.com/mayhem to get started.
But I don't know what you've done that week. It's not that easy. I think everybody
It is
thinks,
that easy.
We're not rolling, are we? Oh, I think everybody thinks it's easy to write workouts.
Oh, we're going? Okay.
But I think
It's easy because we've done it a lot.
it is. No, but it's still hard.
No,
I still
yeah,
really
it's-
enjoy it. But it has to make sense and flow and numbers
Yeah.
and all that stuff. I think, people can put out any crappy workout they want, but
Oh, dude, I saw
There's
this one
some,
workout.
art
Speaking
to
of
it,
speaking of crappy workout, this isn't crappy for maybe someone, but I think for almost everybody it is. 5 rounds,
Okay.
500-meter ski, 750-meter row, 1,000-meter bike. It's good. Already it's decent. And then at the end of each round, 15 toes to bar. I'm like, you just sat on a machine, on 3 different machines for 8 minutes, 9 minutes, and you can do 15 toes to bar.
That's it.
I thought it was okay, maybe
This
it's
was
someone
supposed
who's.
to be 150?
I know. I was like, maybe someone's learning toes to bar.
I mean,
It
the
was
numbers make sense if you go 500, 750, 1,000,
Yeah.
150.
Yeah, gosh. But it was like a coach. It was an Instagram influencer coach.
Should put 50.
Like,
There should
oh
be
my
50
gosh.
toes to bar between each machine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it should be. Yeah. That'd be good. Well, to give you some insight, since I have this open, you're asking what workouts I had that week. I have 2 workouts that I'm kind of basing these several weeks around. They're both Murph workouts.
Oh, Murph prep.
Monday is obviously actual Murph,
Yeah.
and to make it more
Is
Murph
this
prep.
Memorial Day? You're already out that far?
No, well, I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I mean, I know when, yeah, I guess. No, we're not doing Memorial week, but I have Murph in here, and I put Murph in, and I'm backtracking to put in the rest of the workouts, and so I put in one that's really close to Murph and close to the volume, and then kind of back the volume off every few weeks. And so if Monday is actual Murph prep, and then Friday is what I like to call abstract Murph prep, which is
double up on Murph prep in a week?
No. It's abstract Murph prep. So this is Murph prep, but it's not. So on Friday is
Like a 1,000-meter row with rounds of something. And then
something
1,000-meter
similar.
row.
So this is 2 sets, 50-calorie air bike buy-in, then 15, 12, 9, feet elevated ring row, and dumbbell bench press. So it's and then it changes each week, obviously. It changes this week is weighted pull-ups, ring dips, wall balls, and double unders.
Oh.
All the same muscle that you'd be
different.
using. But yeah, same but different.
Same but different.
And that one's kind of like the Chief. It's 5 sets of a 3-minute AMRAP. Man, that's a good workout. I like that. The weighted pull-ups are with the wall ball too, so you don't need any more equipment. You just hold it between your feet.
Oh, I hate that.
Why?
Because
You get way less equipment out.
just do strict pull-ups. Don't make it gimmicky.
It's cool. People like
doesn't need-
gimmicky. People like gimmicky. I like
People are
gimmicky.
stupid.
Hey, speaking of programming, we teased the Mayhem Classic workouts this morning.
We did. They're in there.
All the workouts are in that graphic?
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
We may have
Fools.
talked about the concept of that graphic on the podcast a month ago. I can't remember.
I can't remember either. Dre
Did
made
we?
it come to fruition. He did a good job with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
There was a couple iterations of it behind the scenes that we didn't release because we were having Dre make the graphic, but he doesn't know the workouts. And so he would put 40 workouts on there and one that was a workout that was in the classic. So we were like, all
So
right,
we'd have to send him 5 workouts.
add these
Yeah.
30 workouts and within them are the ones you need.
There's some good ones in there, though.
Yeah.
There's some,
Oh, there's so many good ones.
There's just good workouts. They're
Yeah.
not even necessarily
Competition.
workouts.
Like the one with the bow.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
bow is a
well, that's
hidden gem.
Isn't
That's
that
a
our
hunt. It's a
that's
hunt.
our that's a hunt benchmark?
benchmark. Yeah.
I mean, it's impossible to know if we won't shoot a bow at the Classic.
I mean, if we bring on
Elite, yeah.
to sponsor the event,
Isn't
maybe we have.
one of the
Yeah.
CrossFit
we haven't
things
announced all the sponsors
regularly
yet.
learn?
Learn and play new sports.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh,
especially with a recurve, like you could run a recurve. That would be awful.
Yeah.
It's like 15 or 10 yards with a recurve.
We have to
Because
do
I
heats
feel like
of one
almost-
so they don't shoot each other.
They
I was
did
gonna
it
say,
at
very carefully plan where your
They
spectators
did
are
it at
placed.
Rogue.
We'll
They
just
did
aim
it-
at your truck.
They did it
They
at
did
Rogue.
the air rifles, but I don't. They did a
I thought
recurve
one
bow.
year they did a bow. Maybe
Really?
not.
I do not.
I know we
remember
I
did
know
the
they did air gun
rifles.
for sure. Yeah.
You know what would be really cool as an event, actually? What is it in the Olympics with the rifle and the skiing?
Yeah. What he's
The
talking about? Biathlon.
Yeah.
Air rifle.
To actually have like a winter off-season competition where you do that, you ski.
Ski-erg. Well, that's
no,
what-
no, not ski erg. You actually do like cross-country
cross-country.
ski
Oh my god.
and shoot the rifle.
These are CrossFit athletes we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're not talking about real athletes.
It'd be so cool.
We're talking about in the gym athletes. It would be terrible.
That would be awesome, actually.
So you're an athlete coming to the Mayhem Classic. You see this graphic. What do you do? And then sorry,
all
and then
the
put on your like who you actually are hat and tell me what you hope they do.
Okay, if I
You
was
know
an
Dom
athlete-
is spinning right
Yeah,
now.
for
Dom
sure.
is spinning.
Actually, let me
Lockhart is spinning.
let me give the rationale
Roman is
before you guys
spinning
talk about
bad.
this
Oh,
as to
Roman.
when I wanted to release it. So, Dre finished the graphic late last week, and I was like, I'm going to release it early Monday morning, early enough to where hopefully the coaches have
ruin
already
their training
developed
all
a
week.
plan for the week for their athletes.
Yes.
And late enough to where they'd done that, early enough to where I ruin it.
Or early enough to where they
Man.
haven't started to like put the plan in motion.
So I really hope that everyone's scrambling this morning trying to switch things
There's
around.
so many good ones in here.
yeah, there is. I said I could write an entire year's worth of programming just based off the ideas that are on
Oh,
there.
yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Did
if
we
I
actually
was,
count them? How many there are? I didn't look.
no, I don't know. There's got to be a little over 40.
40 or 50, yeah. I told
Well,
you I sent it to Hiller on Friday. And then right when I saw where he has the thing where it says red, I unsent it. And he just sent me like the melting emoji. He's like, I was reading it as you took it away. I was like, yeah, that was the point.
He seems like the kind of guy who would screenshot immediately. You know what I
didn't.
mean? Like
He
he's
didn't
Probably
put it
didn't
out.
think about it. Yeah,
Even if he
didn't think about
did, he didn't put it out, which good on him.
I would probably. I study the sport a lot, so I would think I would. The problem is, I think I would know what they were doing. Like I'd be that guy. I'd be like, yeah, they're gonna do this one, and this one, and that one. Like I know it. There's no doubt. Or like there may be a few like between these two, and I would like test a few of them. But I would probably look at it overall.
You got to catalog them. You got to like put all the pulls together. Then you got to
Yeah.
put all the push emphasis workouts.
Which
Then
ones,
You got to
yeah.
put all the workouts that are like ski and row together. And then you got to try to like,
the
man,
strength test.
be like you
be
couldn't
fun.
have this one and this one, so one of them's eliminated.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you narrowed it down, you were pretty sure.
I would narrow it down.
Would you
try-
actually try like practice them? When you say test, what does that mean?
Honestly, I mean, me personally, I would do them. I mean, they're good workouts. Like,
Yeah.
you're probably gonna
you're
get.
not going to
these-
get unfit doing them.
Yeah, you're
There's
not.
not
Gonna,
any workout in there that you're like, oh, that's stupid.
well, like the thing is about them, there's not that many that are totally stupid. There's a few. But like you would, if you look on there, kind of like what we just said. Like if you put all the push, all the pull, and you get the idea of like this one, these 4 are very similar. I might do a version of one of those,
Yeah.
or I might do one of those, and it
Oh,
may
I
not
see
be the
one in here
workout.
That's stupid.
Which one?
I'm not telling you.
Yeah, we
it's
give
your
nothing away.
workout.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It's just the one thing in there.
Oh yeah, that one's so stupid. I know which one you're talking about. Everyone knows what you're talking about. Yeah, so I would probably narrow it down, and try to do the best educated guess of what I should do as a coach. Oh, wait, what you want? So you're asking what I want people to do?
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
people to go in there and try to do them all in like the next 2 weeks. Obviously.
Or Scott answered that too. Like it was good. You just kind of screw up people's training plan for the week.
We got one in here that's not even finished.
What do you mean?
It's so Dre.
We didn't even finish the workout.
There are definitely some errors in there. Well, because like you have a
Dre
guy
just took it straight off a note.
literally
We
taking off a note
populated.
and putting it in there. There's no, I mean,
That one is literally just unfinished.
I gotta see. Man, yeah, they're so good. Like, if we haven't done exactly these,
We've
and
done all of them minus a couple pieces of them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's not many of these that have just like not been done at all. They're very basic workouts.
There's a lot of them are either based off of old regional workouts, old games workouts.
Some are exact.
Some are off of main site.
Yes.
But we've amped them up. Some named workouts that we've amped up.
We talked about this in the past too, and I'm sure we've talked about it on the podcast. But remember, for Mayhem Madness, we were going to give the athletes a bank of workouts.
This is it.
And let
This is
captains
the idea,
choose and that kind of
basically.
stuff.
Oh yeah. I still would like to do that somehow. We need to. I don't know how we would do that. There is a way.
Something on my mind.
What do we have? 2 weeks?
Yeah. Less now.
Now less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
So
even if
2 weeks
people-
from today, we will have sent 4 athletes to the games.
I really wanted a pattern in there to where when it does come out, you're like, It would be cool to like take 5 of the stickers off every day and repost it until
yeah.
there's however many left.
No, I don't want to do that. And Dre also doesn't know the workouts, so it'd be such a pain.
Yeah, but we could also.
It would be so hard to get
We
him
could
to
tell
do
Dre.
that. Yeah, it was. We could tell him now.
It would have been useful to tell him before, probably.
Probably.
At this point, we might as well keep him in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have him scrambling too, trying to make graphics and all that type of stuff.
I liked Darren's comment.
Yeah. This is day one.
This is day one.
It does remind me of the old whiteboard.
Oh,
where
yeah.
you just had
The barn whiteboard.
stuff up there.
That's what we should have done is I should have just written them all out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then taken a picture.
Taking a photo of it.
It would have been cool. Like you write them all out, and like the video is like you writing the last one. You go perfect, and just walk away.
off.
And there's just like this all those workouts on a whiteboard.
Dom has a whiteboard in the athlete facility that looks just like those whiteboards.
Yeah.
Or like the summers up here even, where you'd
barn,
fill
yeah.
the barn up and just check mark after you've done it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's literally doing that. He's got an entire whiteboard of just workouts.
That's what you said.
And he's just checking them out. He's
There's some really good workouts in there. There's some insanely over-programmed workouts in there. Like, obviously you guys remember BCS. We did the burpee box jump over toes to bar. It was a 120 toes to bar.
120.
He has it reversed. 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off. 20 toes to bar. AMRAP burpee box jump overs at 30 inches until 150.
It's a really good workout.
I'm like, dude, that is crazy. Oh,
How many
man.
rounds?
Until you
Until
finish
you finish
150 burpee box jump at 30 inches. Like, dude, the 20
It's gonna
toes
take
bar.
an hour.
The 20 toes bar start taking you like a minute and a half after a
How many
while.
busted shins are you going to have?
Gosh. Yeah, I saw that. I go, that might be a little much.
That's a bit much.
Because I think at a certain point you'd be doing like 10 burpees.
If that. The 30 inches is
30
so
inch.
What's the time
much
domain?
worse.
Run it
2
by me.
minutes on, 2 minutes off.
Okay.
20 toes bar buy-in. Like at the beginning, 20 toes bar is 30 seconds or whatever. It's fine. But then slowly it becomes 40, 45, 50. Now you're breaking it. It's going to be a minute. And now you're only doing a minute of burpees, and you're trashed.
Yeah, that's
Your core's
rough.
just totally trashed. But there are some really good workouts on there. Like I was, yesterday was like the first day I did anything from being sick, and I was just on the Echo Bike just like reading the
Peer-
workouts. Oh,
peeping.
Yeah, I like just reading workouts.
People are starting to now like come and lurk around the office and see. I'm like, dude, like everyone that comes in, I'm like, you guys understand everyone's trying to do this. I have nothing obvious written anywhere.
Nothing's anywhere.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Like who?
Seth.
Jake,
Roman.
Seth, Roman.
Roman's been trying to pay Chris Kunkenmuller $1,000 since
Chris doesn't know the workouts.
Chris, the last person I'm going to tell is Chris. The last person.
Yeah, everyone's trying to lurk around.
Yep, creeping. Everybody's creeping.
Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, Roman said he goes, when you're old and you're on your deathbed, he goes, you're gonna remember this, not telling me the workouts. I go, no, I'm not. No, I'm not at all. He goes, you're a 90-year-old man laying in your bed. I should have just told Roman the workouts. No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
We're filming the like the movement standards and the boring stuff today.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a whole Google sheet of basically like what to go through from the AFJ. And I was debating this morning printing it off so that I can whatever, but I'm like, no, I'll just do it off my phone. No paper trail.
No paper trail. Who's the demoing him?
Ben.
Oh,
He moves.
where's Ben?
He's coming up in a little bit. He's got a film with Angelo. But he moves well. So
Ben does move well.
I figured he'd be a good athlete
Yeah, good athlete demo.
Make sure he doesn't wear like baggy black clothes. Mute all his.
I told him not to, but we'll see what he shows up.
Triple
there's
X,
no telling what he's
triple
gonna
X
show up in.
black shirt. Oh yeah, there is no.
I said show up in a Mayhem Athlete shirt that's basic and don't wear black.
yeah.
Where is that here?
Yeah.
I think you
I
should
mean,
do
it
it in the
doesn't
athlete
really
area.
matter. Like the athlete should know what the standards are.
Yeah.
They should.
They should. Yeah. Should.
Yeah, so that's something we can talk about too, because everybody's been complaining that it's going to be biased and all this stuff. But AFJ, we wrote the workouts, gave them the workouts. They made all the standards, obviously with a little bit of like minor back and forth, and then they're handling every one of the, like, if there's any type of
Dispute
or anything
judging
like
or
that,
whatever.
they're handling all that. We're hands off. Usually it goes to the event organizer, but we handed off all of that.
Here's my question, like, because nobody has actually said that straight up, at least not to me, that it's going to be biased or whatever.
I mean, the internet says that all the time.
Okay, so now that the
Scott's
workouts,
on
so
Reddit
now that the
heavy
workouts
right
are
now,
announced,
so-
like if
They're announced?
or whatever, that's true. Never mind. When the workouts are announced, then I don't know. I'm excited to have that conversation and be like, poke holes in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how is this biased towards one?
Well, I mean,
athlete
there
or the
was several times where we had them all out and we were trying to, all right, hey, let's add this. And we were like, nah, let's not that. Oh, like when it comes out, yeah, people can definitely poke holes in it or whatever. But, we felt like it was a pretty comprehensive test. Anything else added to it would have been more fluff, unneeded, unnecessary fluff.
We didn't forget to put squatting in our test. If you know, you know.
Who didn't put squatting in their test? I didn't hear anything about that.
I don't know.
So here's a twist of the question that I
Let's
asked
come
you.
back to that. Don't forget.
You want to talk about it? Let's talk
Hell
about
yeah, let's talk about it.
it. After you.
There's
Scott
no
was trying-
squatting in the test.
Scott.
I
was
mean,
trying to
I
tell
would
me
love
about
it.
this.
I'm all for it. Hell yeah.
What test?
The WFP,
Online qualifier?
online challenger qualifier.
Not one squat.
Not one squat.
That'd be
Are
great
we-
for you.
Are you kidding me?
I guess. Here's the thing.
Are you
like,
kidding me?
There's so little information. Like, what is the claim at the end of the WFP thing?
Who
But,
cares? They're
what-
it's
they don't have
CrossFit.
to.
It's the
But it's
Cross-
not. But technically, it's not.
Oh my god.
That's the only. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't
Okay.
if you can't
Give
pin
me
it
a
down
break.
definitionally or whatever.
Give
Like,
me a
it's the whole
break.
problem with it.
We
is
know
like,
they're just knocking off everything that CrossFit does. That's all they're doing without the squatting.
but
I'm
you're right.
for it.
But you know,
Hey,
you know what I'm
don't- hey,
saying?
don't-
Like,
I could make it through this qualifier fine.
yeah.
Like if there's one qualifier that I'm in on all those workouts,
And like,
I'm
and-
good.
And I don't even want to. I will not make this connection. So I'm going to use a different example. But like, if I'm running a competition that's just for entertainment and whatever, I guess technically I don't. Theoretically, I've got to play by my own rules. But to your point, that's not what it is.
That's not what
We
they're
all know
doing.
that.
So they're
So it's
affiliate.
annoying because you can't pin it down.
They're affiliates though. They're not going
want
to
you to
squat in
pin
their
them down.
affiliates then too.
What's that?
They're not going to squat in their affiliates.
I'll join immediately.
Me too. I'm in.
What's the
Mayhem
deal?
can be a WFP.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Scott was like saying this. What's
Project
the
Mayhem Fitness?
What's the
whatever.
affiliate thing? I don't get it. Like they're
They're-
buying out CrossFit gyms or what? I don't understand.
I don't know.
No, I think they're not buying anything. They're basically saying, hey, this is our affiliate program, whatever that would be, and it is $2,000.
Oh,
It's $2,000.
Yeah.
It's programming.
I don't know what they get.
Nobody knows.
I have no clue what they get for
Nobody
that.
knows.
All
Nobody
I
knows
know-
what you get or what
I'm
they
not
get.
joking. Like apparently, who interviewed? Was it Barbell Spin or who interviewed the first affiliate owner?
Oh,
I saw it. I saw it on.
I'm so
Trying to
don't-
give credit where
so
credit's due.
sorry.
And he's like,
I watched it on the Dense
Ah,
update. She recapped it.
maybe. Yeah, I don't know who interviewed
Um,
them originally.
And the lady was a friend of the ownership and whatnot. And she was effectively said, I support them because I love them or whatever, but I don't know what it entails yet. I'm paying, but I don't know what it is.
So this
It wasn't
lady,
even symbolic.
I mean, let's be honest though. What do you get from CrossFit right now?
this
anyway?
lady you're speaking of owns a gym. Like I'm guessing it's a CrossFit gym or
A CrossFit affiliate.
it is a
Ah,
CrossFit.
was.
So
Was.
Oh,
Or
was
still
it?
is.
Can you be
I don't know.
both?
You can be both.
Really?
Okay.
You could
okay,
be
that's-
I heard
Yeah, you
CrossFit
could
was
even be a
just-
High Rocks gym at the same time.
I mean, we're gonna
You could be a CrossFit High Rocks WFP
I
affiliate.
made that comment on
Okay.
the barbell spin post. Actually, I do believe.
What'd you say?
Maybe I didn't throw out high rocks, but in my
Okay, so I'm
because
tracking
I don't think
a
we're
little bit
allowed to
down.
technically say high rocks.
High Rocks
I think
would
you get in
be
trouble if you say high rocks too many times, or high rocks will try to sue you if you say anything about high rocks
High Rocks.
about using high rocks in your gym.
High Rocks would be the most cost effective, I think, of those three right now.
Yeah, it's like $100.
Yeah.
I'd like to announce
They're
right here,
going
right now, that I
quantity
am
over quality.
also starting up an affiliation.
What is it called?
TBD. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, you
but
don't.
Project-
You don't really
it's,
know
and
what
it's
you're
only
gonna
going to
do.
be. What is
Fitness
wait,
Project Initiative Mayhem. It's actually, I screwed that up. I didn't read the article. It's, Hiller corrected me. It should have been Mayhem Fitness Project, which,
Mayhem Fitness Project. That sounds cool.
yeah, actually. I was like, if you call it Project Mayhem Fitness, I'm in,
Yeah.
you know? But we got to have High Rocks in there, too.
I,
CrossFit.
I don't know who made this shirt, but I think I saw a video of Sevon working out in his garage. It's the WFP logo, but it's WTF. Different.
I'm just, man, we are in shambles right now. Like, it is so just broken and fractured
so
right now.
weird.
This is I want to
Hey,
bring
let's
this up.
do this. Let's start licensing the name Mayhem, and we'll just let people have it. So if they do our Mayhem programming, we'll just let them have the name.
Yeah. That's a great
Let's
idea.
just throw another. Let's
just like
throw another thing in the hat.
for $1,999.95.
No,
not
no.
2,000.
No. You do our programming instead of being a Mayhem affiliate. You can actually use the name Mayhem. I just don't know if there's a ton of branding opportunity in using that name. You know, when it comes to your health, some of the most important factors are the ones that you can't see in the mirror. Bloke specializes in men's health, helping you identify and fix the things that might be holding you back from optimizing your health. So regular blood testing is critical for staying proactive. Luckily for you, our friends at Blokes are here to make things easier than ever. Blokes doesn't give results with no solutions. They offer personalized solutions that fit your life, and they make the whole process simple and accessible. I get my blood labs taken at CrossFit Mayhem or in the comfort of my own home. If you're serious about taking control of your total health, not just your workouts, head over to blokes.co and take the first step. Use the code FRONINGPOD, all one word, to enjoy 50% off of all your labs. Mountain Ops has combined my two biggest passions, fitness and the outdoors, as well as sourcing quality ingredients. Mountain Ops Supplements has helped me get the most out of my training sessions in and out of the gym. If you want to start taking your results seriously, I've put together a bundle of Mountain Ops products. New and returning customers save 20% on their purchase when you visit mountainops.com and use the code FRONING. That's MTNOPS.com, code FRONING. What could happen if you committed 1 year to better nutrition? The RP Diet app provides a virtual nutrition coach and a year of nutrition guidance for less than $8 a month. Take the guesswork out of your nutrition. Head over to rpstrength.com and use the code FRONING for a year of the RP Diet app for only $89.99. When it comes to training flooring, durability is the most important factor. With Regapol's established 65-year history, the decision for our studio flooring was simple. Made from recycled tires, Regapol floors are indestructible, durable, and easy to install, and has less smell than other rubber flooring products on the market. To purchase, go to roguefitness.com and search Regupol. That's spelled REGUPOL. Get strong, grow durable, and unlock your potential on Regapol rubber flooring.
I'm not necessarily blaming any of these three parties for this problem, but
Wait, what are the three?
Well, I'm getting there.
Okay.
The season is an absolute shambles. Because of
Everybody backs out of
I'm getting there. The WFP
Yeah, let's do this.
CrossFit season and like just the athletes in general are in shambles because, like, for example, this weekend we were supposed to have like a Mayhem Classic prep camp thing. Everyone was going to do it because like every in-house indie athlete is doing the competition. But then
they're doing the WFP.
They had to do the qualifiers,
Oh
and there's like 3 of them or whatever, so they couldn't prepare for the Classic for 2 days.
WFP workouts are good classic preparation workouts, you know.
But they have the Classic in 2 weeks, and then athletes are dropping out of the competition because they have some injury because they have to compete 73 times this year.
And they're injured, but
How
yet
many of them are really injured?
they're injured,
though?
but yet they're posting all kind of stuff on social media where
Yeah.
they're not injured. So there is that.
How
season-
injured are we talking?
The season is in shambles. That's all I'm gonna say.
Gosh, it's so frustrating. I mean, I sent the text to you guys, and I just wanted to be publicly known that if you are a games athlete, whatever that means these days, and you complain,
What games?
yeah, I know exactly. You complain about not enough opportunities to make money in the sport. You don't take advantage of the opportunities that are given.
Go ahead, bro.
Some of them may be injured.
Here's my thing is like, okay, well, if you were to just trust that I have no reason to question the integrity. What would be the other reason that you would say I'm injured? But you know what I'm saying? Like, we have a great prize purse. unless you're afraid that the workout's going to be biased, which effectively you've seen some, like, I just don't understand.
We're saying the same
I don't
thing.
understand.
We're saying the same
I
thing.
don't get it.
You're just
What's
saying it in a
happening?
politically correct manner.
Well,
I
no, but I'm
don't
not
get
saying
it.
like, as an athlete, okay.
Well, here's the deal. It's like, there's only 2 spots out
Yeah,
of Mayhem, so I get
I
it.
get
You look
that.
at the board and you're like,
But I wish you would say that. If that
yeah,
is
that's what
if
I'm
that's
saying.
the
Just be
reason.
like, hey, man, there's 5 really good dudes or really good girls.
Like the people-
And, hey, let's. I'm gonna go to this next one. Hey, sorry.
The people who declined right up front, I get that. They're like, okay, well, I know that I was 7 or 8, 9, 10 on that list. Actually, those guys above me probably are actually above me. Like, I don't know if I can beat them in this competition, especially and using some. Not saying that, like, obviously people didn't know our programming, but you can kind of guess, like, kind of how we program
CrossFit.
good CrossFit. Squatting, we had squatting in our test.
if you got a bad knee, get out. You
Yeah,
know?
get out. So, like, okay, so it may not be for me. I need more time, whatever it is. Like, I normally, when I compete at the open. Then at quarterfinals, I'm okay. And then by semifinals, I feel like I'm catching my stride.
Well, Haley has been like, I'm not gonna be ready. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
be ready, but she's doing it anyway, regardless. So, granted, it is in her backyard, so it's whatever. But hey, you're actually looking at somebody who declined their invite immediately.
I know. What's
from
up with
Syndicate.
that?
I got invited to Syndicate.
Why did you get invited? Weren't you a few spots back? They already started
Backfill?
backfilling
I
a
think they already
couple.
backfilled.
Yeah.
Wait, so but if you're okay, if you're an alternate for a team, do you have to do a no? You don't have to do a
no.
You should have done it.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Disgrace my name?
People would have freaking
Well,
lost
no, I've got a
their
mountain bike race that weekend
mind.
anyway, you know?
If you
But-
did it there but not here, it would be upsetting.
Wilson should pay you to go to that event. My gosh.
But also back to the season, I think just like to give them benefit of the doubt, I think some of these athletes are probably actually injured because they have to compete and
So
do
many different
qualifiers.
times.
Like, for example, this qualifier for WFP is only for the challengers, is only for this competition. So there will be another qualifier
Oh my.
sometime
How much did
between
it cost to sign up?
I don't know. Sometime between May and August, there will be another qualifier. But
Dude.
there's 11 semifinals between then, one WFP event. So there's another qualifier, and then the athletes that compete in the games and do WFP will have to compete 3 weeks after the games.
Coming from a guy who hates online qualifiers, that sounds like a nightmare. Do an online qualifier for a couple months. Gosh, I would hate that.
And then
There's
there's
nothing
online
worse.
qualifiers for some of the or whatever they're called,
Yeah,
in-person
you have to do,
qualifying
like,
events.
Person qualifying event?
Yeah, like
So-
NorCal already did theirs.
And then some athletes are going to have to do heavy Isabel like 4 times.
Yeah.
He should be good at it.
They should be good at it.
Season's crazy.
Yeah, it's getting a bit ridiculous.
I do.
Not to mention Rogue Invitational
Yeah.
Yeah.
right after the season.
Yeah.
Right
With
after.
the qualifier
Because there's a
before that.
qualifier before it.
And then another event in
It's almost like everybody should get together and talk.
Denmark in
Yeah.
December.
Nah, let's just keep doing it the way.
smashing
Let's just keep running this whole thing into the ground. Let's ruin it all.
Ugh.
Burn it. Insert the John Dutton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burn it.
It's burning itself, bro. save your gasoline.
Oh man.
I was.
The only thing we can do is laugh to keep from crying. You know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yep. Let's just sit here and watch it.
Just
It's almost like we're sitting by a fire, right?
Yeah. Just watch
Just
it burn.
drinking our coffee.
Every time we have a podcast, we just throw some wood on it.
Anybody got any marshmallows?
Yeah. Let's keep this thing rolling.
Ro,
Yeah.
has there been any Mayhem Classic updates outside of programming since we last podcasted?
Let's see. Yes. So we do have an official footwear sponsor, ish. You know, they're coming on in a big way, but they're on Rich's feet there. Vivo Barefoot will be involved.
That's cool.
It's obviously late in the game, and so
They don't have to wear them. Everybody don't.
Oh, yeah.
Flip
There are
out
no
and
uniforms.
Go ahead and
There are no shoe requirements. but
Don't cancel on us for that.
but you get a pair of Vivos, like, you know.
That's cool.
It's,
We weren't going to announce the prize purse, but since everybody was dropping like flies, we were like, hey, we might as well show that. Hey,
which let's talk
We
about.
are going to pay you.
I think it's a great prize purse.
Yeah, I do
honestly.
too.
Like,
Oh, I think it's great.
for what compared to what you're going to get at some other.
what you're gonna
No,
get
it's
at other
definitely
competitions.
good.
I'm not even gonna. I mean, there's too much to even say. Like,
Yeah.
That's cool. No, that's
basically,
great.
You know, yeah.
Whenever
when the events come out, then I'll kind of laugh in your face.
Whenever we were meeting about all this stuff and we brought up the prize purse, I think Rory put up whatever last time's was. And I was like, well, it would be nice to just throw more money in there, but it's not my money. So, Rich, you're going to have to decide if that's good or not.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So athletes know that we did bring in another sponsor, and this prize purse is brought to you by Rich Froning.
Yeah, all this money comes out of our money. We're not making any money on this event, but hey.
And the broadcast is going to be good. Thank you, Heart and Soil.
Heart and Soil,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was talking to Madison yesterday, and I don't know if I'll do this or not, but like next year,
You're gonna donate some money? Oh,
donate. Well, yeah, I'll donate my time.
yeah, you are.
And my mental well-being. And
we announced what Angelo's doing at the event. Are we allowed to?
what am
We're
I
gonna
doing at
wait
the
up.
event?
Are we gonna do an announcement on that?
Well, let's
we gotta
announce
do
it.
it.
We'll announce it. We'll
What am I
announce
doing
it.
at the event?
Competing in lane.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, competing
you're
in
the
the empty
demo.
lane in the females division.
We're gonna brief the workout each time. You have to do it by yourself.
Yeah,
and
great.
then the athletes
No
will
music.
see.
Gosh, it'd be
He's
so.
on
it would
the,
be
he's
so
on the demo
sick.
team.
And people can throw like old fruit.
No, I'll be
Yeah.
looking at each other and be like, I don't want to do this. These guys making it look really hard. Like, I do remember this when they announced Thick and Quick for you guys. I think Wes Hyatt, ice cold, had to do
245
245 red squats,
and
and he just kept failing it.
and everybody's oh.
And Dave's like, you're gonna finish it, and he finally does finish it. It's like it looks awful. That would be exactly how it'd look for me. Oh man, I lost my train of thought, but whatever.
Man, I couldn't even get below parallel if you told me to. 245. Gosh.
I think that's probably why I hurt my shoulder so bad. I snatched 225 ice cold like a moron. I was warm up for a deadlift workout. Did 135 like 5 times. Snatched 225.
One of my favorite memories of all time is watching Ben walk in that door over there, and Rich was like, "I'll give
That's
you what,
crazy.
$100 if
I
you
think
could."
Dre said it first. He said he'd give him $100. I said, hell, I'll throw in $100.
315, just cold
Ice
as
cold.
ice.
That's
Ugh.
insane.
It was
And he
Wow.
fought for it. Like
So-
Yeah.
it wasn't an easy get.
Oh, what I was gonna say is I would
Man,
This
we
is
hammered
this is coming from a guy who would do the Mayhem Classic but probably wouldn't do well. Like next year when I'm not really competing, I would like to still like sign up for a competition here and there. Like probably like what we do.
I'm
Like
telling you, partner competitions is.
I know, like we
individual
do
stuff. No way.
like we do BCS
I'll
stuff
do
like that.
partner competitions probably till the day I die. But no, I'm
But-
never doing another individual competition.
I would like to just do something. So this is coming from someone who knows he would qualify and would probably still have fun and may not even make money there. There are athletes in my shoes that are like, whatever. Like
I got nothing to lose.
probably not going to go to the games, but I could go to the competition and they're like, nah, I'm good. I don't think so. Like, hey, dude, are you sure? Like, no, I don't think I'm going to do it. Can you give me one reason why? You're like,
I don't
not
want.
really. I don't want
wanna.
to.
Shout out Kale Lehman. Ro, you're
Bro.
yeah, you tell him about the
Big
interaction
old
with
Kale
him.
Lehman fan. Can I lead with this?
Yeah.
This
is our show.
So he's an HWPO athlete. Let's acknowledge that.
Ah.
He's from where Matt lives in Vermont. But he is the only person who within like 5 minutes of like, hey, would you be interested?
In.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
And he's a pro bass fisherman, which I think is really cool.
That's
He's
cool.
he's a soldier, pro bass fisherman,
All right. I'm in.
and a really good athlete. So, yeah, it seems like a great
Bass
dude. I'm
fisherman.
excited about Kale Lehman. You guys put him on your radar.
That's cool.
It was cool.
I would like to say too, I think I spoke George Sterner's like resurgence into existence because before
fired up on
I didn't know about him competing at
Is he coming
Wadapalooza.
or no?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And before
Even
Wadapalooza,
though
I
he
said on
hates
the
you?
I don't think he hates me.
I'm just kidding.
He was actually really, really nice when I sent him a message. It was actually really.
It was like you guys mended some fences.
Yeah, he goes, hey man, hey, thanks. I don't know if I sent it to Rory. He goes, I don't really know if I'm at that level right now. And I was like, hey, I try to like say it in a nice way, and where it wasn't like almost demeaning. I was like, hey, like we've invited people that we know are probably better than you, but we're actually down to where like you're the guy.
We need some
Like
big
we're
guys.
at we're your level, wherever you think you're at. That's the level we're looking for. So I'm like, I'm like you're probably doing
Come
pretty
on.
good.
Yep.
And he goes, it's cool to see what you're doing with Mayhem Hunt and everything. I go, wow,
Nice.
cool. This is nice.
This is nice.
he wanted to make sure there wasn't like a registration fee, and how many days it would be for like time
Yeah,
off
some
Yeah,
work.
so he has
questions,
like off
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
And stuff. And
and there was no registration fee.
Correct.
like a day later, he's in.
I'll be
I think
honest. I think he'll do well.
I think it will do really well.
I think he's fit right now.
I do too.
You know who
So-
else is fit right now? What are you gonna say, Ro?
No, you go. Sorry, we're on the hype train, and I was about to just take us down into the
Colton
into
Mertens is really fit right
Cole
now.
Burns is really
I
fit right
thought he would. I still thought he would win the Open with that third week of the Open, but I didn't think he would almost beat the
Get
top
second.
times on a workout that had so much rowing.
Like incredibly fit, but the row mattered, but it didn't really matter as much as we thought, right?
Dude,
he
If
was
the
still
second
pulling
row-
like 2,000 on that thing
Really?
though.
He
Yeah.
was, yeah, I mean, he's fit. Like he definitely is. I mean, we're not morons here. He's really short, and being shorter.
Or not.
I mean, being
It
shorter helps
with
him on
range
certain
of motion.
stuff for sure.
Except for, I mean, dude, that wall walk, 60 inches, he had to
Dude, but do you see the speed of his wall walks?
That's
He
what I'm
does.
saying.
He did his 5 wall walks the same speed I do 5 burpees.
Yeah, I mean, it's
No, I
impressive.
know. It is- it is
And I
impressive.
didn't realize a lot of people are doing the like touch and come back.
Yeah.
I guess I
You
should
Oh,
can
read the
blame
rules.
Angelo's boyfriend for that one.
Yeah,
Who's my boyfriend?
JR.
Oh, yeah. The
Like,
Sam Cornway does that.
does he?
Yeah.
I just never really.
I
That's
don't know
why
why
he's
you
so
wouldn't.
awesome, too.
You know
I
what
know,
I
no,
mean?
it's smart.
Like,
I just never even thought about cheating it that way.
yeah.
The 1, 2, 3, the tap and go.
It works.
Yeah.
He had a
It's not even
crazy.
a tap. It's like
Yeah.
Just fingertip touch.
JR had a crazy time on that. He's fit.
He's fit.
He's really
He's
fit.
the fittest 40-year-old.
watching the video the reel you guys put out of everybody like falling off the rower, and I just kind of get up off the rower. I was like,
Yeah.
I went a little too easy on. I
Yeah.
had no part of me wanted to hurt like that. I was just like, nah, I'm good.
What were you rowing
Yeah.
at the end? Like 16, 17? Yeah.
17. The problem was too is I had warmed up and I was about to go, and Carol wanted to use the rogue rower, so I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And I was just using the rogue rower. I saw all the comments too. Oh, he used the rogue rower because it counts faster. I was like, no, he used the rogue. I bet they timed it to see which one was faster, and I was like, no, how about I just wanted to promote
shout
the
out my
rogue
rogue.
rower, And so Carol was like, hey, you're gonna use it, and she was kind of ready to go. I was like, yeah, go ahead, I don't matter. And so I went. There was like a heat or two that went in between, and I was like past the point of wanting to warm up, and I'm like, first row will warm me up. It did not.
No.
It put me in a dark place from the start. So, is what it is. I didn't.
I loved, like, everyone was fighting over the freaking rogue rower. And I was like, dude, just because Dallin did it 920 with the rogue rower doesn't mean nothing.
anything, no.
Yeah.
He was rowing 2,000 calories an hour on both rows.
It feels the same.
It feels
like
pretty
it
much the
counts
same.
We
Yeah.
rode on it for 14 hours. It's the same.
It's the
Yeah.
same. The only thing that's different is the handle maybe the diameter of the handle might be a little bit smaller. Other than that, it feels the exact same as the Concept 2. It's just way beefier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off-road tires.
Off-road tires, it's like way over-engineered, like everything that they do, and it's awesome. Like it's so comfortable, but it feels the exact same.
Did you get any for the barn to replace your
Yeah, I'm
broken
gonna switch all my
equipment?
Concept 2s to Rogue Growers.
Nice.
The barn does look great.
Yeah.
Hadn't seen it.
It looks-
That
Yeah, it was
happened quick.
quick. Yep.
But there's no other infrastructure stuff happening? I thought maybe they're taking insulation out.
No, I think the big ass fan is fried.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, yeah.
You'll need that by the summer.
Yeah.
The last time we podcasted was the day after that happened.
The day
Like
it
the
happened.
morning.
The day.
The day
Well-
it happened.
Well,
Yeah.
it happened that night, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Same day. Same 24
Metal's
hour
still in the woods. And then each windstorm keeps pushing it farther into the woods. I hadn't had time to get it out.
Well, yeah. Then we had another storm like a week later with tornadoes
And
and
one last night.
Yeah.
It's just been
It's
Wind
so
storm,
windy.
yeah.
There's stuff all over my yard.
Rain, wind.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It's rough. It's been rough up here.
I don't know how to clean that roof up, man.
Yeah.
Not like you can throw it in the fire, you just got
I
to
know, you can't.
crumple it up and get in a trailer somehow.
I know.
What do you do? You have to cut it up and, like,
Yeah, we're gonna have to
take
cut
it
it
to
up,
dump?
and I'll have to see if Jason can get a grapple for
Oh, my gosh.
skid steer. We
Yeah.
just have to go and
Oh, my gosh.
pull it out.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We could do that like instead of an athlete dinner, just have
Everybody come
just
clean
have
it.
Clean it up, yeah.
welcome, guys.
No registration fee, so just come up here and help us with this,
That's
please.
Right.
First
This is
event.
all that
Actually,
we
hey,
ask.
speaking of first event, we have the trails cleared off back
I
here
know.
on this side. This whole side's cleared off. We
That's
gotta
what
get
Sam
the other
said.
side going. Got about 2 weeks to get that done. So
Weather's turning nice.
Hey, we buried the lead a little bit. I just realized this. I was scrolling Instagram. On this podcast, maybe, well, this would be like a whole nother episode maybe, but before the last week of the Open, maybe the day before, CrossFit said they're selling again.
Oh, that.
Was that what you were going to go to and you said you're bringing the mood down, Ro?
What's the Reddit saying?
Yes.
Oh, you're bringing
really?
the mood down?
I don't know. Well, here's the deal for me, actually, if I'm being honest, is there's just not enough information to tell. There's enough information to speculate, which if we think that's fun, let's speculate away.
Let's do it.
Scott's deep in the Reddit forums. That's what you got.
Well, they're not very helpful, I'll be honest.
They don't know what's going on.
No, that's why I got into them.
I find that Reddit makes some people make great insights if they're deep into like the VC kind
People
of world.
are dark.
You know what I mean?
On Reddit, huh?
Oh,
It
there's
goes Instagram comments, X comments, YouTube comments, Reddit comments.
I'd say like depending on where in Reddit, like them and YouTube could fight for like
Okay.
the bottom.
My
Speaking of X,
Twitter
actually, I
algorithm is
started
much
reading,
darker than Reddit.
Elon's book, or listening to Elon's book.
What does he have to say?
It's not him. It's somebody else about him.
I was gonna
And
say,
it's-
what if that dude doesn't have time to write a book?
No, it's I'm to the point where he just got forced out of Venmo. Is it Venmo? PayPal. And man, I didn't know enough about Elon. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't really on the
It's time to
radar
go
at that
burn a
point.
Tesla truck.
Do you think he's got enough money to buy CrossFit?
Joking.
Kidding.
What?
I said, do you think he's got enough money to buy CrossFit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe let's reach out to him.
Let's
Hey,
reach out to Elon.
Elon, you should buy
Come
CrossFit.
Doge it up. Come Doge CrossFit up a little bit.
Seriously.
Oh, how are you going to bring the mood down?
Just talking about it.
I
brings
think
my
we've
mood
already
down.
brought the mood down.
What are
Yeah.
you going to speculate with? I'd like
I
to
don't
know.
care to speculate on because I don't know what the hell. Like, well, okay, so because there's not enough publicly available information and the price and the whatnot, and anything that think that I have unique access to. I'm not going to talk about right now until these microphones turn off. So you know what I mean? It's like, well, I guess like what would be interesting to me would be to hear you guys like what would be the best case scenario, but then we're just sort of daydreaming, you know?
Yeah. It's not something.
Can I tell you guys
I'm
at
interested in
first
doing.
though how I started my day? And sorry,
Yeah.
Scott, we'll come back to this. So for those that don't live here, spring break ended. Today's the first day back at school. It's a bit of a hard start.
Yep.
And so we make the kids breakfast, and at one point, I should start by saying like we used to have 7 chickens.
Okay.
We're down to 3 chickens and a rooster, and something's just been having a field day, just
Oh, great.
full on murder sometimes when we come home.
Does the rooster lay eggs too or no? I'm just kidding. You ever check him?
What's that?
You haven't checked?
I did today, and I'll tell you why. So, so I'm eating dinner, and like I've got my back to the front door, and my daughter's just like,
Eating breakfast or dinner? You said
Breakfast.
this morning. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. We're eating breakfast. And she's just like sort of stuttering, and I turned around, and there's the rooster just getting the business from a fox, like 10 yards outside my front door. And so I was
Grab a
waiting
gun?
for him. What's that?
You grab a gun?
Oh, dude, but it was a 300. And so
Oh,
I grab it because it had been staged there.
For you non-gun nuts, a 300 Win Mag would disintegrate
It'd turn 'em into
rooster
just
and
a-
fox.
Yeah.
Except that fox in Georgia.
Well, here's the thing is like there was no way to shoot him immediately because it was towards my neighbor's house. And so he darts off that way, but sure enough, he comes out back where I want him,
Nice.
which is by the
Did he
chickens.
stop and look?
What's that?
Did he stop?
He did not. He chased another chicken, and then like he did stop for a second, but I've got what do you call little bipods on it?
Yeah.
You know, like. And so I had just a shaky shot. And I
Standing
cracked
shot?
one off. What's that?
Standing shot?
Oh, yeah, standing shot.
With a 300 Win.
from maybe-
The
Weighing
freaking
you down.
canyon.
From maybe like
Or
60
cannon.
yards, you know? And that's how I got that deer on Thanksgiving, though. It was a standing shot.
Wow.
And
That's impressive.
so I cracked
With
him
the
off.
300?
Yeah.
Was there any meat left?
Oh, hell yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
it was.
I know what it does.
But it worked out really well.
Oh, okay.
We'll get into that later. But anyways, I cracked a shot off. He took off. He stopped way in the field. So I took like another 250-yard shot at him.
Oh, my
Aim
God.
high?
Nowhere near.
Nice.
But
That is a
that's
good-
why like
It's
I was
like Fox in the
6:30 in
Hound.
the
and
morning.
I come back like my face is half shaven and like my breakfast is half eaten and
Oh, yeah.
so that's the state you get
Adrenaline
in.
pumping.
Oh,
I've done
hell
that a
yeah.
couple times
Oh,
with
yeah.
coyotes. I'm just like I try to
Yes.
sit down and you
Yeah.
can't sit down.
Oh, that's great.
No neighbors came
What time
out.
was it?
It's probably 7 o'clock.
7 a.m. Just blasted
Yeah.
300 Win Mag in your
Ga-goom.
backyard. That is awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Someone's like, what the fuck is
I
going
was
on?
yesterday we were doing a garden project at the house, and I had to pick up like 2 truck bed full piles of dirt, this like mushroom dirt, really good for growing. And the second time I was up there, he's loading the dirt, and there's just gunshots. We're just like up in the middle of nowhere in Sparta, up on this mountain, and you get up there, and it's like this little mountain community. Everyone's sitting on their front porch. There's like trash in their yard everywhere.
Bon Air Mountain.
And you keep going, and eventually you get to this dirt. But we're up there, and there's just someone's just popping off a gun while we're loading the dirt. It was so funny. I was like, they've got nothing else to do up here.
Dirt?
Yeah, mushroom dirt.
Mushroom dirt. What is mushroom dirt?
It basically is like manure, dirt, and like it's I don't know, mushrooms in it, I guess.
Like
it's
good for
growing.
fertilizer.
Last year it worked really well.
Nice.
And so we decided we'd like 5x the garden, the same month we're having a kid.
Where are you going?
Somewhere way.
I think back to CrossFit.
Sale of CrossFit.
Okay.
The sale of CrossFit. I think best case scenario is some individual buys it that is part of the community. Obviously, you're going to have some type of financial backing. Somebody that, one, is in the community, knows there's potential to make money, isn't trying to immediately turn around and make said money. Here's the deal, is if you want the thing to grow and want the thing to be something, there has to be a money stake in it. That's the world we live in, right? You got to have to want to make money. But I think, the long play, trying to maybe bring the community back together, having some rallying point. The hard part is, man, we've just been so fractured for so long. It's been a power vacuum. It's been a child has divorced parents, it's just not been going well since, I would say, 2017. Everybody wants to talk about how we need to bring Greg back, but that's what started the whole thing. The whole media, X in the media department and all that.
He's got affiliates now too. We forgot to mention that.
Oh yeah, Metfix. Sorry.
What?
Sorry. Yeah.
Those of them are 4.
Oh my god.
And the Met is, the M is lowercase and the fix is upper.
Of course.
Yeah. So, man, I'm just, I know and can see the potential when things were good with some good leadership, and I would just love to see it get back to there and maybe start working its way back up to where we were. And I think, 2017, 2018, probably, 17 was probably the peak of it.
Yeah.
I mean, 17 was like the last time that there was
Just a
Positive
normal
growth.
Yeah.
I would guess so.
Yeah.
But certainly that's when the media was offloaded or
Yeah,
fired.
and I, I've said it multiple times. I think, at that point we were probably focusing too much on the elite athlete, not enough on the community. Like, it was probably 70-30. You could probably brought it back to 60-40 or 50-50. The hard part is, when you look at numbers on videos and whatever, you're like, oh, the games and athlete videos get so much more attention, but you don't think about the affiliate or the feel good videos maybe get less views, but they probably get more sentimental, not sentimental, but more like actionable views, if that makes sense. And so I think I think it can all work together. I think things probably were not fiscally responsible, and so hey, clean everything up and let's move forward and try to bring this. I mean, I guess maybe I'm just I've never been pinned as a romantic, but maybe the romantic side of me is like, man, we can fix this thing. And seeing what was, I go back to the coaches congress, like you hear, oh, it's we see all these things online how terrible it is, but man, it was such a cool event, and there was a big,
not how terrible coaches congress is.
No, sorry, how terrible CrossFit,
the state of
everything's going.
Yeah.
But then you go and there's 400 affiliate owners and coaches, and man, people are fired up. Like, there's no reason why we can't continue to, here's the deal. It's like CrossFit didn't do anything crazy new. They took everything that worked, weightlifting, running, rowing, swimming, gymnastics, all this stuff, and put it into one. And people are still bastardizing it and doing the same thing. Orange Theory, F45, High Rocks, WFPA.
What?
Like WFP.
Oh.
The fitness project.
We're all doing the same thing. Like, come on. And so how do we bring everybody back together? And I mean, maybe you can't. Maybe it's too fractured at this point, but part of me is like, man, we can do it together.
One thing is certain.
One
If
thing.
another private equity Berkshire type
We're dead.
gets their hands on it,
We're dead.
this is the last chance, I think. It's the last chance.
Signing off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Wait,
mean,
so why do you say that, Scott?
Well, I don't think that CrossFit can survive another 5 years of how it's been run. And I think it'll be beyond repair, and they're going to try and turn around
what
and
if a
sell it again.
GoFundMe buys it?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to work either. I saw the
Yeah.
I saw the Instagram
I
thing
did
from
too.
Reddit. I saw that on Reddit.
I saw that on Reddit.
I don't think that'll work either. But I
No.
think the private equity thing is like companies have to make money.
Have
So
to make
everyone
money.
that says, oh, they're just in it to make money. Well, yeah, they
Yes.
should be in it to make money. But I think their lack of understanding of the community and how it works is keeping them from being as successful as they can be. And then they're going to drive it into the ground more and then turn around and sell, rinse and repeat until it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, part of me is, I'm a hopeless romantic,
Hopeless romantic.
So
Me too. And the hard part about that is like we also have to be like, it's like me wanting 90s hip hop to come back. You know what I mean? Like I got to somewhat embrace, like the kids have to love it
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
like, they can look back and they can appreciate it, but they have to put their new spin on it iteration. So like,
100%,
you got to
but
get the next generation on board. But to
Yeah.
your point, like, yes, there's so much.
Well, here's the deal: is I think we've already done that. I think
Yeah.
a lot of these camps and a lot of us that have been doing it for years. Yeah, we've added. It's not the same CrossFit it was back in 2010 when I started, and that's okay.
Right.
Like we've learned that hey, you don't train for a 5K every day by doing a 5K, right? Like even for general public, like a 2-minute workout in a class is not optimal. So I think it has been moved forward, and there are some things that have changed, but I think at its core, it's still the same old CrossFit. But yeah, I hated the comments, or I hate the comments. Oh, these athletes aren't even doing CrossFit anymore. And you're like, yes, you are. Like, yes, you are. And so it's just high intensity functional movements and constantly varied. So whether intervals are part of that, I think they are. I hate that. And so, man, I see, you walk into the gym every day and you see the type of people that work out in there, and you think, oh, it's elite athletes. And I was in Glendora, California this week, and went to CrossFit Glendora, and it's just, man, people are just working out, and it's awesome. Like, people don't even know who the hell I am, and I'm fine with that. Like, it's awesome. So there are new people doing CrossFit, or people that don't care about the athletes and the games and all this stuff. I think the athletes and the games and some of these other competitions are a great way to bring people in. Because, how many people I've had say, hey, I started doing CrossFit because I saw the CrossFit games. Well, guess what? You have people that started CrossFit because, their neighbor was like, hey, you should come try this, right?
Yep.
And so there's way more ways to bring people in. It's marketing, right? Like the games, yeah, you're probably not going to make money on the games ever. It's just the way it is. But
Indirectly,
it
maybe.
brings people in, right? And that's what we should be doing
Quantify
with the affiliates and helping the affiliates out. Yeah, I mean, there's no media. I guess lately they've started to push more media and do things like that. Why is Coaches Congress not sponsored by CrossFit and a CrossFit thing? Like yeah, we have affiliate gatherings, but nobody ever knows about them, and they're always in the dark. And it's been a power vacuum or a leadership vacuum ever since 2017. In my opinion, humble opinion.
In my opinion. You guys want to keep talking about CrossFit? 'Cause I don't.
Keep going.
Because I don't.
Have you guys watched The Chosen? Have you seen that?
I'm embarrassed to tell you that I have not.
I've not either.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard that it's really good. Me being sick, I watched a lot of it like 6 months ago or whatever, and I just stopped watching it. But I do that a lot with shows. But I got into it again because I was sick and I was just on the couch bored. And the Last Supper is like a 3-parter, and it's going to be in theaters. And after the fact, it's like you can watch it, but it's going to live like they have their own place you can
Streaming
watch
platform
it. Yeah,
kinda
streaming
thing,
platform where you can watch it all for free at a certain point. And it's always for free. That Jonathan Rumi guy, the Jesus in it, he was on Tucker Carlson's podcast, and I listened to a part of that. It's really good, and it's just a good show. Like it's really good. Like there's it adds a lot of fluff, like good fluff, I would say. Like it because it's obviously about just like the Gospels, but it's also about like his followers more so about like their lives and stuff, and like builds their character a little bit more than like obviously the Bible doesn't build their character. Their character is kind of like not insignificant, but in the grand scheme of the gospel, like they're not that significant. So it like kind of builds their character, makes it more interesting. So there's parts of it that like they're not inaccuracies, but they're added stuff that's not in the Bible. But
like the Day of War books and whatnot.
They
It
take,
kinda
they
takes a
take
little-
liberty.
Yeah.
but it adds a lot of like it just like kind of almost makes you get more engaged with the characters. But it is cool, like because of the stories that are in there, the like actual true stories are true, and you can like put faces with them, which I think is cool. Maybe I'm like a child like that, where it's like almost like a
100%,
picture
man.
Dude,
book.
I think if they would do that too with Day of War, it would be incredible.
Yeah, where you can. It's just really cool. So it's like I've been watching. It's super interesting because like I'll read a part of the New Testament and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I watch that scene. Like you can like put faces with them. Like okay, like it may not be exactly what happened, but it is cool that you can be like you really can like start piecing it together. Like you can really learn a lot easier that way. Anyways, yeah, the Last Supper part of it is going to be 3 parts in theaters. I think like each part, this one's in theaters for this long, and then the next one, and I think they're all 3. And it might be free over Easter weekend. I'm not sure, but it is really good. It's super interesting.
Mel Gibson is coming out with
The Resurrection. I think.
Story,
yeah, that's gonna be also good. But yeah, no, it's really good.
What is it on?
I'm watching on Prime Video right now. I don't know where you can. I think, like I said, I think The Chosen has their own like streaming platform you can watch for free.
Yeah.
But I'm watching on Prime. I have Prime, and so I was just watching on there, and it's good.
It's good. I've heard there's a David. There is a David show on Netflix.
It's on. I think that's on Prime as well.
It's on Prime. Oh.
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet.
Curtis was talking about it.
The not animated, like a
No, like
Oh yeah, like real.
House of David, I think is what.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think Luke was watching that. Yeah, I'll watch that next. I think. Yeah, it's really good.
But what you're saying though, do you ever read John Eldridge books?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude, I'm a big fan. But it was the first time ever, and then the Day of War books, where like it broke me out of like you're saying, like you had a real stale kind of boring view. Or
Yeah.
like, when I was reading the Bible, I was reading it like a Catholic priest, you know. I'd be
Yeah.
like, and then who said this? But then you realize like David was a man's man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, alpha, go get him, and you try and like. Sometimes they get sanitized.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe that's not the right word for it, but yeah, to your point, like you
yeah,
get characters and character building, and then you're like, okay, I can engage.
Yeah,
with the
you
story
can
a lot
engage
more.
a lot more with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Like the part where the episode I just watched, like he calls Simon out on the water. Like that part's good. He's like, well, if you're really him, like call me out there and I'll be able to stand in the water. And he like calls him out and he stands in the water. It's like, and they had added some stuff to Simon's story to like build his character some more, and it like made it all even like it more powerful. It was just it's good. It's really good.
Is it multiple seasons?
Yeah, I'm on season 4, and then like season 5 is just 3
Jeez.
movie. They're like 10.
So it's been
episodes.
going for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 2018, 2019, maybe 2020, somewhere in there is when it started. And then I think just season 5 is like the end basically. It's like it's a 3-parter movie style, so I guess they're like hour and a half, 2 hours long, and it's all in theaters instead of like it being shows. And that Jonathan Rumi guy is just like he's just like perfect for it. Like he's so good at it. And Tucker Carlson actually asked me, he goes, dude, is it like, or maybe it was Tucker, he's like, is it ever like weird for you to like play Jesus? He's like, there was one time it was like super, like it kind of like I did not feel right doing it. Like he's like, it just is like really powerful and weird, and like where I'm like, I don't know that this is for me. Like I'm like, dude, there's a lot of pressure there.
100%.
I mean, there's a lot of pressure.
It's
there.
not just any old historical character,
The
you know,
most
which is pressure
famous-
with that,
yeah.
right?
The most famous character in history.
Wow.
Yeah, it's super good. So if you have not seen it and you are curious, like it is really, really
It's
good.
been high on the list, man, to say the least.
Yeah. I know that almost everybody's probably heard of it, but it is so good.
Yeah.
It's worth watching. It's like something you can watch like the cool thing is, like, I think, like, any of us here, you could watch it and, like, you don't have to tune in the entire time because you can come and watch it and go, oh, man, that's, like, you see this one part, you go, I kind of know what's going on here. Like, you know what's going on.
You've read
yeah,
the
you've read it
backstory.
and you know what's going on. And if you could probably just play it on the background forever and, like, you would just, like, watch different parts of it and be like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. But if you do sit down and watch it, like, it turns into its own show. They said like 30% of people, they did a poll, 30% of people who watch it, like from start to finish, aren't even believers. They're just like people who just like, it's just a good show. So
cool.
like, that's cool too. That like, it could be bring people in, which it probably is. And also it's just that good that like people don't care. They're like, I don't even believe in the Bible. I just think this is great.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, no, I think we started one and then just kind of
Yeah.
we
Yeah, I mean, it's
it
just
was like
one of those
late
things.
at night or something like that.
You just watch 3 or 4
at
night and then you're hooked. You have to like the first one, just like the first couple, you just got to get.
I've read the
get
book,
into it.
you know.
Yeah.
The book's always better. What else, Scott? We have anything else?
No, I think that's it.
I'd say we covered a lot of bases.
Yep. Probably get a lot of hate on this one.
What do you think?
I don't know. Everybody always hates us. I probably
Yeah.
talked over you too many times.
Yeah, they always get us for that.
Hey, speaking of bases, did you see? I saw because Michigan, I guess. But did you see the dude that hit a triple? Plays for Michigan, and he hits third base, whatever, and then he like proceeds to show like he's snorting a line down the third base line.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
And then the next day he apologized.
And
Then I saw someone quote tweet his apology, and he's like, said how incredible it is. He said like next day remorse after doing this is like totally normal. He said, dude, like it was like dude's addicted to the bit, or he's like basically playing the bit perfectly.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Hey, actually, I'm going to give a free unsolicited shout out. Anybody who coaches or is going to coach some youth baseball or coach youth anything, you go to a coach ball game seminar or like camp. It was awesome.
Yeah, I saw the photos. Look really fun.
Dude is a wizard at controlling kids. Like just like, man, it was awesome. There was probably 75 to 100 kids from ages like 5 to 12 maybe. And there were 7 stations and it was 3 hours long.
Downtown Nashville?
No, it was like
Franklin area.
I can't remember where we were at. He does them all over, but he's based out of California, but he's got an Instagram. It's called Coach Ball Game.
You guys were in Cali when you did it.
No, I did it here in Nashville.
Okay,
Me and Brandon took the boys, and 3 hours, and there were 7 stations, and basically 12 to 15 minutes at a station. He had people kind of run them. So we ran one of them, and it was basically just baseball with a tennis ball. The kids didn't have to use a glove. You kept them running, even if they hit a foul ball, as long as it was in the fence, they just kept going. Everybody got to hit, and then you switch. But he did like 7 different drills, and then they would rotate, but they would come back to the center. Man, he could just keep their attention. And instead of like, like kids aren't paying attention, instead of him being like, hey, pay attention, he'd give a baseball card to the ones that were paying attention. But also he would change his voice would be high and then it would be low. So the kids would, it was impressive what he does. So if you're ever going to coach anything, even if it's not baseball, but just go out there and learn from the guy, man, I just had followed him on social media, and every once in a while you're like, oh, that's kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
But dude, he had those kids eating out of the palm of his hands. And so coaching youth baseball is hard. Yeah. Any youth sport is hard just to keep kids' attention at that age. And then like his big thing though is, teach them some skills, but you got to teach them a love for the game. And then from then they want to get better. Right. And so, man, we did a little bit of them on Saturday. It was our first practice. And just a couple of the things, and it was night and day. These kids had a blast, and so that's what you want to do.
That's great.
So if you ever get a chance, check out Coach Ball Game on Instagram, or if you can go to one of his camps and even take your kids to the camp, because that's what you do is the parents can watch the whole camp too. But I'm talking 3 hours, and these kids were like eating out of the palm of his hand the whole time.
It's always amazing to see somebody who's a master of their craft.
Awesome. Actually, it would be cool to like have him come to a CrossFit kids thing and just like use some of his stuff, because it was impressive how they did it.
I love that.
So it was cool. It's cool to see people that are like masters of their craft. I think he's actually like sponsored by the MLB now too. So,
oh wow.
Yeah.
Was he is he like a gym teacher or something before this? Or
I don't honestly. I need to look
anything?
at his background, but he played a little bit of minor league ball, I think, and then I think he just was doing youth sports, and you could easily ruin kids because like you see parents that get out there, they want to live through their kid, and you're yelling and whatever at kids. And I mean, it's hard, man. It's been hard to just step back and be like, hey, it's okay. As long as they're having fun and learning at the same time, that's what matters. And it's tough, but
it's probably always the parents that never did anything.
Yeah.
that want to live through their kids.
Yeah.
Because if you've been there, like, you probably want to see your kid do well, but it's not the same, like,
Well, it's
craziness.
hard to even, like, you see what the kids do at practice, and then a game happens, and it's chaos. And you're like, I know that I saw them at practice, and they could do it, and then they get in the game and just melt down. And you're just like, and then it looks like you're like, oh, this is a reflection of me. And then you're like, dude, these kids are 6, 7, and 8 years old. But then, you've got parents like, hey, everybody's favorite, get that elbow up, get that elbow up. You hear that 50 times. You're like, no, because the first thing that happens is the elbow comes down. Yeah. It's like, get your hands up. So you're telling him something, and he has a great thing. It's like, hey, watch your kid play. Like, he's like, 3 things. Sunflower seeds makes you talk less. He's like, good, comfortable chair makes you, whatever less. And then,
that's awesome.
Because that's the hard part is these kids get out here and you got 18 different parents. Yeah. It's like, just shut up at the game. Let the coach talk. And he's even like, as a coach, he's like, just sit back and watch.
Yeah.
He's like, obviously tell them before what's going to happen, where they need to go. But then he's like, when they start yelling, like, you can immediately see the kid gets the ball and everybody's yelling and they're just like, and they hear no and everybody says no and they think throw. And it's just, it's chaos.
It's been tremendous for me, and hopefully I can suck Lakeland into it one day. So this is my first year as the head coach of the girls lacrosse for middle school. None of the parents know what's going on. No. So they can't get mad. They can't yell something, like they can't direct them incorrectly.
Like, and she'd be good.
No one around here knows lacrosse at all.
Well, dude, even for me, like, the female rules are some of them are like objective and some of them are random and weird.
Yeah.
But it's great. So the parents get on board and they're just like, all right, I'm going to try and learn it a little bit, or just encourage and just say,
like go Susie. When I played lacrosse, my dad had played in high school and like a little bit in college, and the coach found out about that, and he's like, hey, get your dad out here, because he's like, I don't know anybody else who knows this sport. Yes. He's like, get him out here to help me coach. And so my dad was one of the coaches because he's the only one like in this town that knew how to play it.
Dude, I think Lakeland would be. She's aggressive. She'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, she'd 100%. Like that. She'd probably really like lacrosse.
Man, basketball. She fouled out at 2 games this year.
Nice.
And they weren't even like 2 of them.
She's just playing hard, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It wasn't like she was so upset, and I was like, Lakeland, like, you're playing hard, because most other girls aren't playing hard. Not that they're not playing hard. She's aggressive, right? So she's gonna get in there, and like, swat at a ball or whatever. It wasn't like she's like taking a girl down or anything. Right. Yeah, like, she would foul out with like 20 seconds left, or in overtime. And
perfect timing.
Just like,
there's not many female sports where you can kind of like get that aggression out at all, right? Like basketball would maybe even be the best one.
Yeah, she's fun, man. It's
other
fun
than lacrosse,
to watch.
Maybe, and lacrosse is still not. It's not like
guys lacrosse at all.
It's not. No.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else? We covered it all, I think. Now
that's it.
Looking forward to putting on a fantastic event. We're like just around the corner. Will we podcast next week?
Tickets still available, right?
Yes, to Rory's question, I think, and I don't know to the.
I bet you there's a handful of tickets left. You can definitely watch live. We'll have more announcements about that coming up. Heart and Soil, Northern Spirit, Frog Grips, Rogue.
Rich Froning's pocketbook.
Rich Froning's pocket have really allowed us to take this thing from here to here. Excited to have Vivo on board as well, and Regupol hooked up some flooring. I don't know if we're gonna move that into here when we're done. Do you need new floors in here?
I need to floor this, probably the porch over here, probably.
Okay.
Actually, I could use some in the basement too, make it look fresh and clean.
Okay.
That's just flooring.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Hey, this is good. Sorry if you keep doing your plugs, but this is
good. I'm plugged.
Okay. Roman told me the other day, he goes, I know there's no handstand push-ups at the Classic. I go, okay. How do you know that? He goes, Mayhem M wouldn't do handstand push-ups on that wall. I go, Roman, this may give something away. I go, but that gym out there, however it looks now, it will not look that way.
He told me the same thing. I said, Roman, there were handstand push-ups at the last Mayhem Classic.
I love that. I'd be like, you'd have to move all these assault bikes. Like, those will be gone, homie.
I'm going to completely butcher and like, I don't even know what
just lean into it.
Yeah, I'm going to mess up his accent, but it will tell the story. So somebody said, Roman knows Isabel.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, what? And this was like a day before it announced. And they were like, yeah, he says he knows one of the workouts is Isabel. And so I'm like, I'm going to find out how he knows. And so I storm back there, coffee, first thing in the morning. It's like, Roman, get over here. And I mean, deer in headlights. And he looks at me. And I said, how'd you know the workout? Why do you think it's Isabel? He goes, I guess. And I said, how did you guess? And he goes, video you did upstairs. Talk about Isabel. I guess, guess. And he's like looking for the phone to try to like translate.
Yes.
And I was like, you guessed it from that? He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. And like immediately came down. He's like,
Just a little pat on the butt,
like
walk out.
I was like, you're good. I was like, you're not in trouble. I was like, nobody told you. He's like, no. I guess, guess. And I was like, yeah, I get it. And so I completely. 2 days later, he's like, we okay? And I was like, dude, we're fine. I was like, and I wasn't even mad at you, but I wanted to know who told you.
Yeah.
And man,
this is 1 hour before
flipped,
the post.
He was flipped.
Yeah.
Like upside down. Yeah, we were posting it
1
in probably
hour,
30 minutes or an hour. And he was like completely, I probably went a little too hard at him. It was like, have you seen the, what's the movie? Other Guys?
Yeah.
With,
yeah.
When they're interrogating the guy, they're supposed to good cop, bad cop, and Will Ferrell, and people put that with the J.D. Vance and Trump coming at Zelensky.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Well, the funny thing when he was talking about the handstand push-ups, I was like, Roman, Dom was there too. And I said, first of all, they were at the first one. Mm-hmm. Second of all, you're at the most equipped gym, in the world maybe. And I said, we are like 4.5, 5 hours from Rogue. I said, if we wanted to have pigs here, we probably could.
Yeah, I told him we can do whatever we want.
There's nothing off limits.
I said, Rich Froning, basically in another language, is Rogue Fitness. Like, we can do whatever we want.
And if there was somehow something Rogue didn't make, and like
Bill
we couldn't get especially, if they couldn't somehow, we just have Matt make it.
He thought that new sandbag we had, he goes, is that for the Classic? I go,
Could be.
I don't know. Could be. We have it here. Try it.
The thing is so heavy.
It's so heavy.
It's so heavy.
Bill's like, what do you think? And I'm like, we need to make a video actually this week about
V1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was so funny when he was like dead set on it because of the wall. And I'm like, Roman, a wall is not going to keep us from doing whatever the hell we want to do.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, he's like, he said something about, he goes, no rope climbs either. No rope climbs, no pegboards. He goes, there's only 5 pegboards. He goes, and the ropes, there's not enough ropes. I go, okay. I go, then we're not doing rope climbs or pegboards. You got me. Yeah, you got me.
The other thing, so they started hanging like I don't know what it's called, but it's basically where the signage for the booths is gonna hang like way off to the sides.
And they're like,
what? They're like, what is this for? And it's held on by like a string because it's tiny little signs. And
they
they're
took
like,
the rig down. I saw.
No, just the R stars.
Oh,
change it.
Get some of those up.
Yeah, because that rig's get changed out. But they were looking at those like I don't even know what it would be called. It's like really thin metal piping hanging on by like a string.
Oh my god!
Just because you slide the signs on it, and it'll say like this is Rogue's booth or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were thinking that was somehow associated with the competition.
We need to just start putting random things in there.
Oh, it's so good.
That would be amazing. But yeah, that actually will be Blackout Barbell, Called to Be, and Mountain Ops will be in that little area. That'll freak them out real good.
Yeah.
Roman.
I was like, event 10 is going to be, you guys have to climb on each other's shoulders and take this thing down.
Yeah, like
it's team building.
Oh, I was going to say
trapeze.
Like Money in the Bank. You ever watch the WWE where
Yeah.
they have like the briefcase hanging from the ceiling and they have to climb
My
up to go
dad
get
is
it?
in knots too about like, hey, next meeting we have, I need to be there. All right.
Tomorrow
He's
morning.
like, Josh put me in charge of 40 people, like volunteers. I don't want to be in charge of anybody, blah, blah, blah. And then, he's got this master plan of how he wants to like transform the gym overnight type deal. So,
yeah.
It's
Master plan.
Hey, what?
Tomorrow, are we doing a meeting?
Tomorrow morning.
I don't know if I can be there Tuesday.
Okay.
What's the state of your motorcycle?
Bob's working on it.
Okay.
He said if it's not ready, we can use one of his.
Oh, yes.
Even though it's not the same.
Wait, what
It's
do you
not
need the
mine.
motorcycle for?
Oh,
He
you
wants
don't
do a
need to
video.
worry
Actually,
about it right
Angelo's
now.
got his, right?
Yeah, I
You
got a
don't need to worry
motorcycle.
about it right now. I'm not giving this idea away.
Wait, I can't even know about it?
No, you can know about it.
Oh, just not on here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Let's sign off.
It's just
I wanna know.
it's just good content.
Oh God.
All right.
Boss is here.
All right. Perfect timing. Peace.
Bye.